battle to control the COVID-19 pandemic in Latin America is underway. In Ecuador, the problems related to the vaccines are each day bigger. Anyways, the vaccines are arriving in a big amount, which will firstly be given to the most vulnerable. In other words, to the people who are in the front line, like the medical staff and people over 65 years old. That's a big advantage to the country and its population. That means that Ecuador will be one of the first countries in vaccinate to the population. Something similar we can find in Peru, where the problems related to the vaccine are the same like Ecuador, but anyways, the people are getting the vaccine.
The battle to control of COVID-19 pandemic in Latin America is underway. That shows how the Ecuadorian government take care about his population. In the country, the amount of vaccines is each day bigger. That shows the current organization of the vaccination program, especially the participation of the Haley minister. The vaccine will give to people who really need, like who are in the front line, in other words the medical staff and people over 65 years old. Something similar is happening in Peru, where the government organizations take as a first point the vaccination program. That shows how the Latin American countries have a good management of the vaccination program.
The battle to control the COVID-19 pandemic in Latin America is underway, but in Ecuador we can find some scandals in the government task of organization the vaccination program. The health minister of Ecuador said the people who wouldn't get the vaccination was the most vulnerable. In other words, the medical staff and people over 65 years old will get the vaccination first, but it wasn't true. Some people without the feature have taken the vaccination first. Something similar was happening in Peru, where 500 people have taken the vaccination before the people who really need, like who are in the front line. That showed the bad organization of the vaccination program, and we can verify it in the international vaccination statistics.
In the first notice came recognize and optimistic news because the president said that no matter the problems, relation why the government's organization problems, the vaccines are arrived to the country and the population can get them. But in the second one, we could listen who the press center is in favor of the government, and he didn't mention anything about the problems of the vaccination program.
In the last news, we can recognize that it was the real news because it mentions all the information about the back government organization in the vaccination program. Also, in the last part of the notice, the presenter by Invites used to research international vaccination statistics. So that means that the notice has information to defend the validation of the notice.